Good morning or good afternoon to everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We're so excited for our next customer success webinar that we're having this month for August. We've got a great set of new information to share with everybody. And of course, I've got the best sidekick in the world on the line with me today. Good morning, Helen.
Hi, David. Hi, everybody. Hope you're having a great day.
Awesome. And we're super excited to talk about AI and machine learning. So we're going to spend we're going to deep dive into several things that's going on here with DeepTarget on machine learning. And so we'll get right to that. But first of all, I do want to welcome, let's see if I'm checking out in the list. I do want to welcome Jetstream, Federal Credit Union. Jetstream will be joining our family of customers here very shortly, and we have Diego on the line as well. So welcome, Diego. Great to meet you this week and learn about Jetstream. Okay, and thanks to everybody else that's on the line as well. We're so excited to work with you guys. Had a great call with Eglin this morning, Andrews this week, America CU later today. So really busy time, fantastic. So we're gonna talk about machine learning today. And first of all, we're gonna just talk about why it's important. I know you guys are probably watching what's going on in the machine learning world. So we're going to talk about what's going on certainly with in the industry and with DeepTarget. But we want to talk about some other things that are affecting you guys today and why this is so important, why machine learning, artificial intelligence is so important. So let's get started. And I want to do this, first of all, thinking about the user situation. So this is your members, customers. What are they actually experiencing today? And this will help us set up why machine learning is so important. First of all, your digital users need your help and they want more. We all know this, and our job as digital marketing professionals is to reach them in their time of need because they have urgent financial needs now. And we all know, and we've talked about over the course of all of our customer success webinars about how there is a financial life journey for everyone from early years to older years, and we've talked about generations. And it's our job as digital marketing professionals to pick when is it that our users need a particular financial set of assistance or service, right? Problem is they really want to know that you care about them and that you're going to help them. A lot of times we've missed that opportunity. In fact, I think the report we showed last week is about 25 to 50% of our members, customers don't actually think we know enough about them or care enough about them. So we've got to do something about that. They also want to trust you, but they don't think that you know them. And engaging them at the right time is going to build that trust. And so problem is they're really, really busy. And how do we get their attention? In fact, this is a recent quote that I thought was really said it all. And I think a lot of us are going to feel this way. I only seem to work and sleep, and yet I have no money, and I'm tired all the time. And I didn't actually quote this from Helen, but I think Helen has actually said this a few times, right, Helen?
That's right.
But the point is they're so busy. When they engage with you in the digital channels is when you need to engage with them. So what about your situation today? All right, so let's flip the coin and go to what everybody else is feeling as digital marketing professionals. Certainly you're responsible for identifying what your users want and need right now from your financial institution. That's your responsibility, and that's why you launch campaigns, certainly. You're trying to identify what each user needs now. And again, this is really important. And I bring this up because many times you guys, not all, but some of you guys only launch a certain number of campaigns each time period. So Q1, you seek out all sorts of savings type campaigns, but you don't maybe necessarily do consumer loans right off the beginning. And so they change throughout the year. It's really important that you understand what opportunities you have to engage and support the needs of your users every single month. Okay, so how could we help you do that? Well, we also know that we want our users to know we care about them. And the best way to do that is to engage them in their time of need. And you want them to trust you, and we talk about that. Most don't trust you today. It's not your fault so much, it's just what? We're super busy. So here's a reason. Okay, to be fair, this isn't one quote. This is what Helen and I hear from all of you guys, and we feel your pain, certainly. I only seem to be running from crisis to crisis, and my action list is at least 3 pages long. It just seems, I just seem to be putting out fires, rarely getting to what's important. So round of hands out there that feel this way quite often. I'm being figuratively speaking, but I bet you guys feel that way. So this is why we're investing in machine learning. So what are we doing? First of all, you're not alone. We feel your pain. And that's why we're spending so much time to do everything we can to make your life easier and your engagement with your users better. We're here to help. And we're actually focusing our company in a new way. We're actually calling ourselves not just a fintech company, financial technology vendor, we're calling ourselves a fin ed tech, which is financial education technology. Because what it turns out is we are constantly educating and teaching you how to be successful and helping you learn about your users. And the culmination of that is we're really investing in AI and machine learning, which is so important today. So why is it so important? And I know many of you guys aren't really sure perhaps what AI is doing. In fact, yeah, Helen, I'll off the cuff ask you, we deployed AI technology over 2 years ago. And what would you say today, Helen, how many of our customers, what percentage of them are deploying predictive campaigns at this point?
I would say maybe 20%.
Right. So that says, first of all, you may not be really familiar because remember how busy you guys are, super busy. You might also not really know the value or even trust the value. So we're here to say today that this is going to make a huge difference in your success and the amount of time you spend with digital marketing in your digital channels. So this great article, you can go to Financial Brand and read about it. Even though we've talked about and have been talking about AI and machine learning for almost 10 years now, it turns out that the banking industry is the least mature in implementing that technology. And a lot of that's I know banking is hugely risk averse, but AI and machine learning has reached a level of security, certainly today, that it is an absolute trusted environment. And hopefully we'll show you some of that today, okay? How we've done that. It also goes on to say there's a need for FIs to quickly put this into work, and we're going to help you do that. And finally, this includes the bottom quote here, uncovering the drivers of key performance measures such as revenue and profit. And we know that, so Helen and I have talked to many of you guys and talked to many customers in the past about turning the marketing department into a profit center from a cost center, meaning how can you actually show the revenue that you're generating from your digital channels, because that's the majority of ways your users and members and customers are engaging with you is through those digital channels, rarely, in many cases, coming into the branch at all anymore. So how do you show that revenue? So we've suggested some ways over time, but now we're going to give you a real powerful way to do that. So how has Deep Target helped over time? Helen's going to speak to a couple of these slides. I'll reach out to you, Helen. But over 2 years ago, we introduced our first set of predictive campaigns. You guys may remember that. And effectively, we called it Machine Learning 1.0. And we're going to take a little peek at that. And then we also then last year introduced Machine Learning 2.0, and we'll describe that. And now we can't be more excited to introduce Machine Learning 3.0, which is coming in September. So let's take a little walk down memory lane. The whole reason that we built predictive campaigns was it had its ability to automate the targeting for you. So historically, you would create a target by rule, and that required you to create that rule. And still a very powerful and still a very valid way to create a campaign. But what if you're just pursuing a particular product group this month, and you want it to go to whatever individuals are most in need, and you haven't really got time to set that rule up? Machine learning can do that for you. Okay, you can literally set it and almost forget it, except for to see the result. In that release, we had 8 product groups that you could choose from to deploy yourself a predictive model campaign. And again, I'll ask you, Helen, if you looked at any FI today, any of our customers today that had deployed product predictive model campaigns, of these 8 product groups that we support today, how many of them are deploying predictive campaigns in all 8 of those? Do you know?
Well, I think that, you know, of the customers we have, most people do it in a couple. A lot of times,
Right.
auto loan and HELOC or home equity. Those are the 2 that we see, you know, most people doing. But I don't know that we have a couple people probably that are doing it at all.
Yep.
All of those product types, but mainly everybody, you know, most people are choosing a couple.
That's right. So we do know some that deploy them significantly. What we're going to do is help to convince you to deploy them in all of them. So 8 product groups in July of 2020. Then we announced last year Machine Learning 2.0. And we told you more about the data behind it, the historical data that we utilize as part of the model, and our propensity capability, where we use the data of our customers, anonymized for sure, to create a profile or a model of those best suited, for instance, to be seeking an auto loan, and then we pick the highest percentage of those and to make that a part of the audience when you create that campaign. So you have to make the effort to go create that campaign. In fact, I think we're going to step through it here in just a second, and then deploy it. Also in this time, we introduced 3 new, so we went up from 8, I'll say 8, 9, and we went to 12. So we added savings and the commercial side. And we also saw a dramatic increase in prediction accuracy. So really, really powerful result of that. And so we got more excited about that. And as you know, simply when you go to add a campaign, you pick the targeted predictive model. So here's that workflow that you have to go through. And you simply have to trust us that when you generate this campaign, it's going to create an audience. You're going to go over here to the settings, you're going to configure the predictive model, you're going to pick an age range or not, the product type selected, but that's all you have to choose. No rule development, no thought created about, you know, an if, and, or in the selection of the rule, creating the rule. And certainly product assignment, and then you're going to deploy your ad that you would create for that, and then, which was the content, then you publish, right, Helen?
That's right.
How
It's
many
pretty
steps?
simple.
We think it's pretty simple, but how many steps would you say that was?
4 steps.
It's not 4 steps. It's more than that, actually, right? When you do the ed settings and create the content, I would say it's 8, 10 steps per campaign, per product group, and just being mindful of the amount of work. So who out there is already thinking, wow, that's a lot of work to deploy one? I bet you are. Well, we've got good news for you coming. We also introduced something really cool. We might make sure everybody remembers this. I know many of you are using this. Michael Hostetler at Crane gets excited every time we talk to him about how powerful this is. He uses a predictive model to create a campaign, then he goes in and directly exports the audience, and off he goes with his email campaigns and direct mails using that audience, because he says that audience that we create is so powerful. It's the best audience ever. Okay, so really powerful capability. You guys can do this off of your target by rule as well, so that you can always use that audience in other ways, shapes, or forms. Okay, so that was a powerful step forward. And then comes machine learning 3.0. And I have to remind you, goes back to this perfectly timed quote in that article that just came out this summer, uncovering the drivers of key performance measures such as revenue and profit. So brace yourselves. Why are we doing this? Because you guys need help for your users. You need help, and we can actually connect and solve these two needs in a really dramatic way. All right, so what you're going to get here is just a brief preview of what's coming in September. In the September webinar, we'll show you actual workflows, but it's going to be very simple and very similar to this, and we think really powerful. So everyone that we've shared this with throughout our journey to develop this over the past several months is just as excited as we are, and we're going to show some results of some beta results hopefully in the next webinar as well. Okay, so just as a reminder, today in Deep Target, we like to think we have some of the most extensive analytics that you can imagine at a micro level per campaign, or a macro level at a category level. You can see all of your unique impressions and clicks. You can change that to a linear view. You can A/B test over time. Many of you do all of that. And then in a separate report, we're going to show you influence conversions. So unfortunately, a little disconnect between those two, but two different reports that you can generate. We throw it all together in a management report so you can see it visually. We actually have on the second sheet of that export, you can see a graphical view. But here comes our totals of what's going on, and we help you with our KPIs. And the third sheet on that management report, you can actually see the specifics of each account, new account opened, which is really powerful. And we stop there. So in my mind, we fall short of that note earlier of revenue and profit. So how can we help you with that? We can help you through that whole process. We're actually going to augment the management report. We've suggested over time for many of our customers to add a column and then generate their own revenue for just 1 month of new account opens. But we promised for some time we're going to do this in the report, and we will be doing this next month. So we're really excited. All right, so brace yourselves. What will Machine Learning 3.0 include? First of all, each month, Machine Learning 3.0 will identify the audience predicted to be most interested in 15 plus product categories. And further, it's going to select the top percentage with the highest probability to purchase in the next 30 days. I think I just heard a couple people fall out of their chair. So I'm teasing, but let this soak in for just a second. We're going to identify the audience that for each product group that has the highest propensity to take out a new account for that product group in the next 30 days. Okay. And there's going to be a full set of pre-created campaigns already ready to deploy. All you have to do is push the publish button, which isn't actually true. You do need to do a couple edits. I know Helen grimaced. I felt it through the ether. You have the chance to modify content and call to action and the URL it goes to. But all these campaigns will be pre-created with copyright-free content and call to action. And you could literally go straight to execute. You don't have to think any further about it at all. And off you go. And the reason being, all 15 product groups will have a campaign ready to deploy. And we will then add new revenue-based reporting to show you those results. And the whole overall result is you're going to spend a lot less time and achieve amazing success. Okay, so you go, all right, to see it in words, what's this going to look like, David and Helen? We've got to do a little setup work behind the scenes, right? But first, I want to make sure you know that, Helen, did you have something? Did you have a comment?
No.
Okay, perfect. So showing this to one of our customers this morning, rightly so, they immediately said, so what data sources are you guys using now? We got the last one you used in anonymized data sources from existing customers. We're going to augment with, and I don't know if anybody had seen our press release. We have we've been working with another company for about almost a year now, and we formalized a relationship with them. A company called Cognitive Scale. Cognitive Scale, you can research them. I should have put the press release in here, but they're one of the top machine learning AI solutions in the US. They're heavily engaged in the healthcare space and in technology space. Incidentally, IBM just chose them to be their full back-end machine learning model for them. And many insurance companies use them fully. They have just never entered the financial market until now. They teamed with us exclusively to pursue the financial market. And they're going to bring with them their data models. They have over 110 patented machine learning models that will be brought to bear, and they will include data sources of government, market data, which is anything that's going on in the industry as well, social data, which anything that's socially going on, and then your own institutional data, as well as Deep Target's data. So those 4 data sources will help create the models that will then be used to create your audiences. So more detail on that. I'm sure there's some questions, but here's what it's going to look like. So conceptually, this is what you will see. And the example here is a $1 billion FI with 100,000 members. At the generation of this the result from the model will be, it will say that in the auto loan category for the next 30 days, it believes 2,192 of your members, customers, users are interested in an auto loan, and the highest propensity of them are 25%. So we're expecting that you could close 548 auto loans this month if you would just engage those members or customers. So we're going to do it for every product group, and that result is going to show up in a form of a dashboard visual, so you can see that, okay? But this is what the output's going to look like. But we got to do a few things also that we're going to do for you, but you have the opportunity to modify, and that is, what is the average monthly revenue that you receive per product group per account? And we're going to provide you a default number that you can edit at any time you would like. And this is going to be used in the calculation of the revenue you generate. Okay. And then this new display, this visual, will be added to the DeepTarget dashboard. And it's going to be an ongoing representation of certainly the number of your account holders that are being overall targeted, a total of the buyer audience. So this is everybody targeted by all 15 plus product groups, the current number of sales that have occurred out of the highest percentage or percentile of audience members that we believe that you can reach and close a deal with, and the revenue that you're generating. Okay, so let that soak in for just a minute. This will all be displayed on the dashboard for you as a summary roll-up of how you're doing on your sales across all 15 product categories, as well as the revenue you're generating. I was giving you one of those pauses to think about that. Okay. As you drill down, you can go into each product category and see how you're progressing for it individually. Okay. You can always go into DeepTarget's normal environment and look at the overall, pick the, let's say, the auto loan machine learning model 3.0 campaign and see how it's performing from impressions and clicks and so forth. And it will also roll up inside the overall category. So DeepTarget will still work as normal, but a whole new view and a whole new environment beneath to take care of these new machine learning audience attached campaigns. Okay. And then of course, you will augment the management report so that you'll be able to see your revenue every month as you generate it across the board. Okay. So this is what's coming. It's designed to be very simple to engage with. However, the complexity underneath is going to be completely shielded from you so that you have a very simple environment to execute campaigns that are going to heavily engage your users. So a real quick summary here is all of you guys need to deploy your new machine learning capabilities. You have them today with predictive campaigns, right, Ellen?
Yep.
And you can see the results of them. Those will continue. Those are our individual model that we continue to maintain. But we can't tell you how powerful this overall 3.0 version will be in saving you time and selecting the best audiences, which will in turn be super relevant to the people that are seeking these products. And the results are going to be amazing overall for not only them, but for you guys, making them happier. And a little slogan down here at the bottom is, we like to say machine learning. Learning leads to loyalty, and machine learning leads to loyalty. So I know we've given you a lot of things to think about today. We're setting up demos with everyone to understand more about it. And again, next month, we'll have a more detailed presentation on the whole UI, so you can see that. But we wanted to, for you guys, we wanted to make sure that you're aware that this is coming, how powerful it is, how excited we are, and everyone we've talked to about it are really excited, especially the upper levels, the C levels, COO, CMO levels are really excited about marketing being a profit center and being able to really present that. Okay. And this is kind of our funny thing, and we can fly the plane for you. So we launched earlier this year. We've done it piecemeal, but we really launched it officially. We have managed services where we can run your whole system for you if you'd like. And in many cases, this can be very powerful, even if we just do it for a period of time, short period of time, or whatnot. But remember that as well. And you know, Helen's team is always available for success meetings and trainings and so forth, as always. Okay. So with that, I think we're at the end of our webinar. Oh yeah, that excites my my little one. And now I'm going to turn it over to Helen, who's going to blindfold and pick 2 lucky winners of Java Joy today. Helen?
Okay, so we're lucky today. We've got 2 to choose. 2. All right. So the first person that's a winner is Lewis Beatty from First Hope Bank. So Lewis,
Way to go,
you'll be getting a Java Joy. And yeah, that's wonderful. And then our second person, see if still on the line, just make sure, will be it's Marina Owens from Orlando Credit Union.
All right, Marina.
So congratulations to Lewis and Marina.
Thank you, guys. And thanks to everybody for being here today. We're so excited about everything that we're doing. We think we're on the right track. We'd love to hear your comments. Anything that you'd like to hear more about it, reach out. If you'd like a private demo, we're individually reaching out to everybody as well. And
David, I'd also like to mention something too. If you are a customer who's not using our predictive model 2.0, please reach out to our support at deeptarget.com email address, and we'll have somebody set up a training session with you to walk through that, because you know you'll get a lot of benefit from that.
Absolutely, that's exactly right. All right, perfect. So thanks everybody so much for being here today. We hope you have a great day. We hope you think about machine learning and you consider making a part of your overall digital marketing program. Okay. Thanks everybody. Have a great day. Thank you, Helen.
Bye. See you guys next month.
Okay. Bye-bye.